Hello students, this is Miss Dalton and this is video 7.1 for AQR and it is over the multiplication principle of counting. Okay, let's first talk about when we would use the multiplication principle of counting, and if you want to read more about this is in section 11 on page 88 in your textbook, which again can be found in Moodle up at the very top of the page. So we use the multiplication principle of counting in what we call combinatorics. And so what is combinatorics? Combinatorics is a branch of mathematics that involves determining the correct values for large numbers of possibilities requiring systematic methods to solve. So let's look at an example of this. Let's say you're a librarian and you're having to arrange books on a shelf. So we want to know how many different ways can 3 books be arranged on a shelf. Well, with a small number like this, what we could use is what we call brute force, which is just creating a systematic list. So we would do that by listing all the different ways that we could arrange the 3 books. So we're just going to take the red, green, and blue book. So what are the different ways that we can arrange it? Well, I've put it right here. You could either do red, blue, green, or you could do red, green, blue, or you could start with blue and then do red, green, or blue, green, red, or you could do green and then red, blue, or green, blue, red. So there's a total of 6 different ways to do that. But as the book number gets higher, so now let's say we've got 4 books. Well, that's going to take us a little bit longer just to list out all of the different possibilities. I've done that right here, but you can see that there's 24 different possibilities. Again, that takes a little while to list out. So another way that we do this is by using a tree diagram. Now, I tend to think this is a little bit easier to use than just listing out all the opportunities. You're going to start with the different types of books that you have. So if we're going to try and list out the different ways that we can arrange those 3 books, well, we've got a red book, we've got a green book, and a blue book. So in our first spot, we're either going to put that red, green, or blue book. Okay? Well, let's say I put the red book in the first spot. After I put the red book in that spot, then I can't use the red book again, so now I've got the green or the blue books that's going to go next. Well, if I put the green book, I can't use the green book again, so then after that, I'm going to put the blue book. Well, if I did the red, then the blue, well, then my only other option for that third book is the green. So again, this is called what we call a tree diagram. And this will help us list it out, but again, it can be very time consuming if you have a larger number of items. So here's where we come across what's called the multiplication principle of counting. And so what you do is, and what I like to do with this is I'll make a line for each spot that I have. So for example, you've got your bookshelf and you've got 3 spots for books. So I've got a spot here, I've got a spot here, and I've got a spot here. And I'm going to put the number of items that I can put in each spot. Well, in the first spot, I've got a choice of 3 different books. But then after I place that one book, I'm not going to use it again. So in the next spot, I have 2 books to choose from. And then again, I'll have a book there, so I can't use it again. So then I'll only have 1 book left. Well, the multiplication principle of counting says that you're going to multiply all those together, and so that's where we get the 6 from. So if you look back at the previous slide, when we had those 3 books, we did come up with 6. When we had 4 books, 2, 3, 4 spots, well, in the first spot, we have a space for 4 books. We're not going to use that book again, so in the next space we only have an option of 3 books to choose from. Then we have 2, then we have 1. So if we multiply these together, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 2 is 24, so this gives us 24 possibilities. So if you look back at that previous slide, that is what we got. So you're going to do that all the time. You just take the number of spots that you have, put the number of items that you have for that spot, and then just multiply them together. Here's another example. Using the multiplication principle of counting, how many outfits are possible if you are choosing from 3 pairs of jeans and 5 t-shirts? Okay, so again, I'm going to pick from my jeans, and then I'm also going to pick from my shirts. So how many jeans do I have to choose from? I have 3. How many shirts do I have to choose from? I have 5. So then I would multiply that together, and that gives me 15 outfits. Let's look at this next example. How many 3-digit telephone area codes are possible if the first digit cannot be 0 or 1? So if you think about our 1-digit numbers, we can do 0, we can do 1, we can do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then if we do 10, that would be 2 digits, so we don't want to do that. Now this gives me a total of 10 numbers to choose from. Okay, so we've got our 3 digits for our phone number that we're going to use, our area code. And in our first position, they said we cannot use 0 or 1. So that only gives us 8 numbers to choose from. Now we don't have any stipulations for the second or the third digit, so in our second digit we can choose any of those 10 numbers, and they can repeat in other words, like if we have 1 in the second position, well, we could use 1 again, so we have 10 options for that third position as well. So the multiplication principle of counting says we're going to multiply these together. So 10 times 10 is 100, 8 times 100, that means we have 800 possibilities of area codes. Okay, last example. Byron Nelson High School has 7 candidates for homecoming king and 9 candidates for homecoming queen. How many ways can the king, queen, and 2 first runner-ups be chosen? Okay, so again, we've got a space for a king, we've got a space for a queen, then we have the first runner-up for the king and first runner-up for the queen. Well, for the king, we have 7 options. For the queen, we have 9 options. Now, first runner-up for the king, we're not going to choose the person that was chosen for king, so we have 1 less. We only have 6 to choose from. Same thing for the queen. We're not going to choose the queen that was just chosen, so we have 1 less, which is 8. Now, we're going to take these numbers and we're going to multiply them together, which gives us 3,024 options. All right, hopefully this makes sense to you. Please come to class ready to answer or to submit any questions that you have.